Mid-Autumn Festival in the Chinese calendar of milestone is an important tradition, but it's not a gifting holiday. So it's first and foremost favoring experience and tourism. What we've seen in the last 3 to 4 years is a progressive shift by Chinese consumers of their disposable income towards more experience at the expense of luxury goods. And so a holiday like the Mid-Autumn Festival is a great opportunity for consumers to experience, food and beverage, tourism, hospitality, and that's what we're seeing in the form of a surge this year. Of course, there's a surge in international travel now that the borders have reopened and that international travel is resuming. That's not surprising. What's surprising is that we're continuing to see growth in domestic tourism during this year's Mid-Autumn Festival, which means that there's a really growing, continued growth in the appetite of the Chinese consumer around experience, travel, tourism, not just abroad, but also inside China.
Is this just a correction post-pandemic, or is there something new that's driving this growth in the last few years?
I think this is a redistribution of their disposable income in the context of a new appreciation of what life has to offer, if you will. And there's a lot of enthusiasm behind experience and taking advantage of the fact that we are in a post-pandemic world. At the same time, let's be very clear. The appetite for luxury goods from Chinese consumers remains extremely high. Chinese consumers love luxury brands and love luxury goods, and the desirability is not lower than it was in the past. What you're witnessing is a recalibration, first, of how they are allocating their disposable income. And then the second thing is that as a result of the fact that luxury consumers are able to travel outside China, you're starting to see them spend money outside China as well. But at the end of the day, the Chinese consumer, regardless of where she or he spends their money, is a Chinese consumer and therefore needs to be talked to in China. And so what you're seeing is luxury brands, at least the leading ones, understanding full well that the spend by Chinese consumers may take place in different geographies and not entirely inside China. China is where you need to invest in order to generate brand awareness and desirability. And you're seeing all the luxury brands, or at least the leading ones, invest significant amounts inside China in order to generate this kind of desirability, which is so critical to their revenue, not just in China, but around the world.